in the forest, grew up in the swamps, along these country roads. That's just where I roam. And no matter what the day may bring, I could just clear my mind if I just begin by sitting down, breathe in, breathe out, and just feel as the clouds are forming according to what I feel. I am seeing what I am perceiving within my brain, like good information even exists above of me. Then I start to see that it starts to occur right in front of me, and I am like this amazing reality. That is the key element as life has taught me. Stay amazed, be content, be so calm, be just where you're at. Just know that there is a purpose, no matter what you may conceive to be within your brain. It's sense of sensing, but I say you've got to go your own way, because no matter what it is the right way. And know what is the best, so go with that. Why go any other way? Do you not wish this out for your best, man? I spent my time in the right kind of way, like an investment. I want my return, so where's my rent is what I say when I think about the plan that I execute within my brain. Energy that I put in, I want it back. My energy budget, quite bougie, oh yeah. But I've been looking at just how I did spend. I wasted so much time is what they would say, but I had like no moment that I didn't really waste, because I just live my life and I try to do it in the best way that I can. I've been doing that for some years straight, and I think that this is the way that I will be pursuing the rest of this time that I have got within this life now. I want to do it because it feels so damn right now. It has been feeling right all along the way. Even when I hit the bottom, I was still feeling up, so I say I do not believe in God, but I feel there is a force that is guiding me, yeah. And I feel protected, never feel alone. I feel like there is a sense of energy, like this is just home. No matter where I roam, as long as I stay close to myself, the simulation that I contain within my brain in terms of neurochemistry, I say it is just within my brain. But I go and I go, you know these country roads, they are imprinted within my dome. Memories that last me all from my life, and I think about those times, it provokes a sense in the mind. These feelings, these moments that we've made, and I bind them so carefully, and I was always grateful for what came my way, and I still am today, and do not plan on stopping or being in the top of way. So when I look back, what I can say is that I do not miss it, no, I live the right way. Now where I am presently, now I say, able to just relate in the right way. Perspective based it is anyway. Just live life in your own type of way. Is this time of the day, this time of an era, celebrate this place.
Are you serious?
Memories that we do really make. Equinox up in this place, and we just had the lunar eclipse too. I was enjoying that, thinking about the chase that I wanted to bring about. Then I suddenly bound that to a memory within my brain, and then when I provoked that memory in the future that was laying ahead of me, a present where I was just thinking about bringing about the change within the reality that I thought about earlier though, before mentioned, but now you know, self-explanatory type of flow. I'm just here and this is where I remain. I've been looking at the moss that is growing okay. I have been looking at the bark on the trees and creatures on top of it too, as they are moving, just doing what they do. The cycle of the life, no need to overcomplicate it. Say way more complex to keep it simple than just simplicity within the brain. You want complexity, you say, enslaved by desire. No, that is not my way. Any of the constructs that I may provoke, I summon, integrate. I must say it's priority to have the authority over constructs within me. For internally, I am the emperor, you see. I am going to rule all of the land. Pave castles, now can you understand? Self-made, got used to my success. Had to step back just so I can appreciate it again. I am here and this is where I remain. I took a break and I'll come back, because this is my way. I know only one pace, and that's to get to the right place. No matter what it may take, I am going a lion at heart, okay? A group of hyenas that may be trying to come for me though, but I am not afraid now. I am going to fight every last one of you if I need to. I stand up on my ground. This is something that I come about more than just some words now. So this is life experience you cannot claim. No matter if you take my breath, I will stay this way. Eternally imprinted up on the ground, footprint, bare feet in the forest right now. Feeling the mycelium below my feet. While I took some psilocybin straight to my stomach. Now I see visualization in my brain. Imagination, no, it is not so crazy, man. Cruising down this country road, moonlight in the sky. I see Luna and I like hi. So many stories that we've talked about. You are probably bored of me right now. I spoke of everything below and above the sun. I am, yes, I spun from the sun, no bloodline. The stars imprinted upon my DNA right now. See my genome be a bit differently epigenetically advanced within this place. Y'all know this neurochemistry, it got to go its own way. I like to fluctuate through space. I do not have to be bound to those static types of ways. I know that you get to normalize all of that, but you are surrounded with the standardization that is occupying the space within your head. But I am here where I remain. I look upon the trees and all the roots below my feet. I see the scientific methodology, but still I just want to remain in my own way. I do not necessarily want to bind myself to just one way. No, I can see the fluent top of way like a water that is moving steadily. A water drop coming from the sky as it is just hitting the ground right in front of my eyes. I ain't just thinking to me, oh, that is just like me. I go up and down, this is just how it was meant to be. The endless cycle, no water that ever left the earth, contained within the sphere. So I am just like I am going to burst like a bubble up in outer space. The difference would be that I spread seeds all over the place, and in 10 years I return and then I start to see I grew so many trees. Now this is looking quite crazy. I have been on my grind before I even could do what I wanted to. I was just trying to, and now I did just what I do. Now what I do is what I do choose to pursue, and I shall continue. No, never I will stop, because the Dashie does not drop. The dash power deep within my veins. Me Lunda, show me the ways. Goddess, looking over me. Ponies, keeping me at peace. You do not understand these complexities. This is something that cannot be comprehended by an ordinary mind. So I say it was made to be understood by me, but nobody but just me. So do not understand it to be differently. Do not expect expectation unnecessary. What is the confidence? What is that literacy? I see no basis, no substance exactly. So better take a step back and comprehend. Apprehend but did not comprehend, articulate. Can you see reflection like a mirror right up in your face? Scaring you, but that is not even me, but rather just what you are projecting straight at me. I am just where I like to remain. I do not like to compete. Now I just like to look at some moss as it grows, and these trees, all of the bark and the creatures on them see the clouds they form. My imagination is going to set another norm, because I want to visualize and then just project it upon this reality and start to see that I can bring about physical changes. See, I am just practicing my craft somewhere in Milunda, that where I'm a tree branch I cannot forget, yeah. Mierland, Miriam, where I remain. Bro, come. Days I feel like I get lost in the wind. I feel like that I get lost in the wind. that is where I want to stay with my life. Look at it go, just like the flame. Thinking about this beautiful place while I am trying to form the sanctuary in my brain. Yes, I do not comprehend, but I try to understand. Only one goal in my head, be the best that I can. In every moment attentively, I want to put my intent before the decisions that I make, so I can claim the responsibility that I inherit anyway, but do not necessarily see as a part of me, but still playing into me. Strings interconnecting, see webs up within webs, like any existence, like X within the formula. Formulate within your brain, calculate, and I see the way. Consequential reality, the complexity beyond what I see. So words come after the fact, so do not let them restrain where you are at. Concept that I make out of that what I perceive, but rather first just look at that what I see. Then after the fact I reflect, integrate, implement, and then I just test, simulate. This is a part of the process anyway. And I've been looking at the stars far up in the space, and Luna shining bright. And the mushrooms, they are just going by the night now. Silicon activate receptors within my brain, teaching me these ancient ways. Then take note upon a diary I see. I wrote it down, and here I be, manifestation, physical representation of my philosophy. Discovered these gold mines at an early age, then reserved them for later. Yes, my future self, okay, cause I understood that I needed time to get that where I needed to be. I could not just get there and be like, this is the fullest that I can be. No, I am not that greedy, I am not that naive, I am not that arrogant, I am not that egotistical. No, I live outside of my own self, but everything seems to come back to the self. So why would I pretend it to be differently? Should I just act stupid for those who cannot see what I see? Because I am like, why would I just undermine my own? That is like neglecting my integrity. I've got some self-respect. The structure that I've made, it is something so great, shining so bright, like a supernova up within the sky, going at light speed. You cannot see me as a transformed reality. I defy physics as I define within my brain new constants that I make up and I say. Programmatic terminology got to be translated to these words that I am speaking up on a beat, because I want to think about, yo, what could it else be than what it is presently? I like to see it in terms of differentiation, but you know, contentiousness, that is the flow. Do not want to keep on being on the chase, so sometimes we sit down though on a hay built in the middle of nowhere, looking over Merlon there. That is the stream and those are the grasslands. Look at the birds fly over country road, sun going down, orange sky, blue and yellow right now. What is that? Pink, what I see now. So many colors everywhere. What's the color that you're looking for, man? Undecided, but that's the problem though. Make a decision so you can get to know. Give me a real. Give me a real for all the creatures. Who's all the creatures? That's just me, man. What do you do? I am up in space. I just like to remain. I am not worried about a single thing, cause I have been putting in the work every day. I got used to success, so I took a step back to realize where I am at. The craft I keep close to me, because no matter where I go now, I can just see I never want to abandon this reality. Need to feel the vibration traveling through me, all about attunement, resonant effect, amplification is what you need, so look where you are at. radioactivity is what I sense while I am moving through the night. Here I just am. I look at the code, the colors that I wrote, and think about what if the world were to just explode. You know, these days things have been going all insane. The more important it is that you keep your focus on that what makes you feel great. If you are in control of that and it harms nobody though, then why would you even do anything else, you know? I want to help myself, move myself up on the ladder right now. With myself, by myself, for myself, as myself, show myself. Here I just go. A lot of I inherit, right, you know. This is what I claim, and no matter what they say, and no matter if they hate, no matter what the doubt may be, they have just never ever seen, for else there would be a sense of relativity. See, you could relate if there were a sense of familiarity formed out of experience that you had obtained previously. But see, I'm the first case, that is why the response, so I just must really say, fuel me, make me feel complimentary. Here I go, it is just confirming to me that this is the right way, nothing else that I need. These country roads, these have all just taught me, led me to these crazy places that I've seen. So many years, so many nights, so many days, so many hours that I did fight. But at this point I feel like no more fight needed yet. No lunar eclipse came by and I was like, I need to put that creature within me to sleep for a bit, because we have been going hard, you see. But now that it's time to place it more correctly, so now I am like I got back to the race in my own way, my marathon. What I say, implement in these different types of ways. God, that's what's like, you can have the blessing if you do what you need to. So I ain't like that, it's just what I do. I want what I've got, nothing more and nothing less mine. No matter what it is, now that is just a trick. If you go like it, then it is just what it is. I just try to go and not be held up by what I cannot change, you know. You know that I am not done yet. I could not be. Just floating through my reality, huh? Thinking about things, searching my life, moving past at such a fast rate. I have never seen that before in my life, I must really say. But I trusted upon that intuition within my brain. See, yesterday was the last smoke that I've had. I am done with the intoxicants affecting my head. I got from it what I wanted, but it made me no longer happy, you know. So I am like no longer, no. So I am going differently, better get to know. But I have always been responsible though. Irresponsible they say, but responsibly irresponsible is really the case. Look just at these statistics that I did make, these graphs that I can make a bit in my brain. And now I've been on the rise every single day, have not been thinking about what was it like in the day, that it did not feel that great. So I say, better get back to that reflection though, because if you start to outweigh the bad with the good, the same would happen as if there is too much bad understood. So better get it all in check, bruh. Too much of this, too much of that, you can just really die. The poison made by it though, so do not wonder why. I am just here where I remain, not trying to be like I am extra okay, but I appear in that way, cause I am just me these days. Nobody even dares to be, they are all too afraid of opinion, you see. Insecurity dominating society, and politics does not give a shit about objectivity unless it complies with the political agenda, you know. They just talk about whatever they want you to know, you know. They talk about this and then they talk about that, the driving force, and everybody just does what they are told. I am like I just do what is right. I do not need an external authority to tell me what is right. I just look at the result. What is the outcome though? Can we not just pull a straight line? Now they do not want to go and just walk in line. They just fuck up. So there they go, they're fucked up because they chose to fuck up in their way. That is why they feel that way. How else would it even get to state itself to be in that way? See, do not act stupid, you gotta know better than that, man. So I'm just like that, what I did led to where I am, where I like to be. So take notes so I can return steadily, because all that comes to go. So when I come back to this better and like, yo, I get to know I want to stay and remain. So I make memories in my brain. Look at the star, so beautiful, and these are the elements. This was the goal, this is the goal. What will be the goal? That what is ahead, but what is ahead I do not know. So it is going to be the present for me, man. So in the present now, that is really the goal. Studying crazy creatures in the middle of the forest though. Caterpillar Avenue. This is Caterpillar Avenue where I just go. And as I enter, there I end, just like I'm in a zone. Looking around and I can see the clouds now. Beautiful clouds that are up in the sky now. I see some cornfields, they're about to harvest though. I look at potatoes and some corn and I ain't lying, alright. So many different crops all around me. See some trees and I'm going there, you see. Going past Caterpillar Avenue, going to the back, that what I know. Rivers and country roads, I'm like, no, that will take me home. This is a place where I just feel at home. Not literally a home, but this is where I roam. I know that if I were locked outside forever though, I could never ever feel like I am really at home. Everything with this dose, overdose is a thing, only if you overdose, so that is the thing. I dose it in the right way, take care of my budget though. Apply that universal law and now I just see, you know, it can be whatever, what you make out of it though. And they say that within society you cannot know, but I am like I go, regardless of what they know. Because I know that what I know regardlessly, you know. And me is me and they is they, so I ain't like. And what is the line that I draw, so find the boundaries within the mind, the consequential reality. Do you even understand the implications of the decisions that you may make? That's a responsibility that you claim within your brain, the accountability. So I'ma say, can't even really keep track of that, what I did just say. I could dumb it down a bit and be like, I came from a small place in the swamps, that is where I like to be, in the trees, in the forest where I go, where I roam, meditate beside a tree. Think to myself, like this life is beautiful to me. Sun is hitting my face like a blessing to me. It is sunny, and then it gets cloudy too. And then when it gets cloudy, now the sun come through. I am like, whoa, that is so much more special than it was. I thought that it was going to rain, but nah, it's that morn. The sun came through unexpectedly, and the amazement that I see from the unknown, there I be. I engage with what I do not know, so I can get to know. Form a valid opinion, the baseline, get to know. Want to be delusional, not act up in line. Do you even have the principality occupying the mind? I want to be like your principles that I do find by making the mistakes, and be like, yo, I admit to the fact that I made those mistakes, because I want to become better than I yet was. Mistakes or not, it does not matter, it is just the cause, effect. So I study that and I reflect, I integrate, implement, and I just improvise, man. Yeah, fuck what they say. We got to go up, no matter what is in the way. So I just say, I elevate, gravitate, naturally photosynthesis, okay. I'm just going to stay, I'm the Dashie, and just up in my space. Country, yeah. Be appreciative. Appreciative now. Appreciation has a price. And that price, if you do pay, you'll be be rich for life. Rich for life. Happiness does have a price, and that is the effort that you take to bring it about. It does not come falling out of the sky, not something that just comes after night. The fuel that you need, that what is cost and what is cost to be, is going to be more necessary for that to be in the first place. So I say, look at it like, yo, what is really bringing about the things that I do like within this place? It is appreciation, a sense of satiety that I keep it in the head as I am cruising down these roads and thinking to myself like, all I know, and I got to know this beautiful place. So I was like, even though I found this place, do not be so greedy and naive to think though that it is going to be here in a few years, you know. I've had so many dreams that were showing me the reality. I had to take account of that though, and when I did, I was like, no, I better get to know that it is going to go, and it goes though. And when it goes though, now I will be fine, because I have been looking at what is in my mind. I have been reflecting upon that what I did. Have been like, yo, I need to be appreciative. My country, where I roam, where I stay, nothing that could be in this way. Now it tends to be in this type of way, when we have to be putting in the work to make it in that way. And surprised that does arise, because when you get stuck up in trying to obtain that what you've got, it is like, yo, what makes it though? That it is different than it was. So you start to think within your mind, then you think, and then you start to see the difference though. Takes a bit of contrast, reflection, you know, introspection, that is the key. When you see that really it is all your property, your reality. It can be whatever what you would make out of it. See, so make out of it what allows you to become the fullest version of yourself. I want to be free, I say. So I put in the work to be like that every day. And even when I feel a bit like shit, I am still like this is just what I will. Make nothing that can stop me, because I feel it within me that life was given yes to me. So I take that with me, you know, and everybody that is like, I am going through something, bro. I ain't going to be like, now gotta hold on tight and find something that gives you the purpose in the mind. When you wake up, what makes you feel like you want to keep on going? The smallest things gotta grow, give attention though. Like a seed, you've gotta water, nurture it every day. As you see, it will grow. Some days there is pesticide that you need to apply. Make sure you do no harm the ecosystem right now. So I analyze, look at the entirety, not just a single tree, rather the forest right in front of me. Like the moss and the bark too, with the creatures on the ladder. Like this is what I do. Looking at the birds flying in the sky and the water that is moving by. I look at all of the creatures in the water too, and are just doing what they're doing. I ain't lie, whoa. Every day that I come through the same place, looking different, now that is that countryside, okay. A natural variable variability, keeping your brain healthy. So I say I want to keep that for life, neurogenesis that I need in the mind. As the flame of my candle burns, I'm looking at the flame and I zoom in close. Think about the memories that I did right. Look at the moonlight that is up in the sky. Look at the crystals binding it right now. Look at the feelings, look at the thoughts too. Individual streams of perception, like what they do. I intertwine like it is a piece of cloth. I put the needles into use, and I am like, this is just what I like to make. I wanted to create, it took a bit of time, but now I can say that I have come up with a solution though that works and will last me for life. I already know now, I just trust. I do not think that there is something outside of me, but in a way it still feels and seems to be. I understand the interconnectivity to a degree that it makes seem like sometimes people aren't even real now, because I can see what makes them be, what makes them think, what makes them express themselves presently in the way that they are presently, and I start to see all of reality like I can't understand what makes it as it is presently, for I have taken so much time to understand the interconnectivity. It is about the intricacy, because you know it is that symbiotic, the complementary type of state, the resonant effect that I need to maintain deep within my brain. It freaks me out sometimes, but then I just take my time. If I did not meditate or develop the skill to be able to do that, I would be lost or fit in the space, because you know I took so much time to just really elevate my brain in some type of way, but now nobody can even really relate, and that is okay. No, I chose to go about this way in my own type of way, solitary, which I said, so I am like, alright. I made the oath when I was chosen that one night. Remember lightning that strike as we sat, now this my mind. I dreamt about God is up within that place, right beside you, castle, that is that tree, there I stay. In real life, a place that I have made. Give these names significance that I can bind by intertwining thoughts. Right now I feel it out, there I go. What you know, like a string, let's just pull it from back to forth, and now you see, as above so below, and you go, because flows, now we know, like a wave in my brain, bro. Neurons in my head fire in ways, so I establish neuronal pathways. I say I want to have the patternization process. Now I need to develop that, like this is where I am, and I just here. This is my craft. Can you even hear? My craft, my craft, my craft, craft, my craft, my country. About to go, but before I go, I'm just like, let's just go. Spit some bars up on the mic like what I know. I want to go, write more code. Got someone schedule for me like a head, you know. I'm so loaded up on Minecraft for to render more of this world, but apparently it does not work like I expected it to. I am up in the air at Y500, the phantoms above me like 100 that I see. So I am like, kill these creatures that are right above me. They are like a threat, I do not want them to be bothering me. There were 26 of them exact, but now this where I am at. Now deep within my head, trying to locate the space that where I want to remain. I do not know, I have been trying to articulate new types of face, but it is confusing the fuck out of me every day. No, I cannot lie, but I know that I am on the right way, so I keep on trusting upon that intuition in my brain. And no matter what they may say, no, I know that I did the best that I could, so I go and I like I am here, and there I go. I had a feeling in my head, so now I did just know. And as I knew, now there I went, and now where I found things that made me think like, yo, what is this life right now? Had so many times up in the past where I was like, do I want to change the way that I have been going like every single day? I do not want to change this, and even though it feels quite shit at times, it is the way that it goes. It is like a wave function, but it's hard to know. Sometimes negative then positive, like a net value, you see. Yeah, you got to put it into terms of mathematical terminology as you translate it into a graph. Statistics compare the present to the future, man. The present in the past to a future far ahead. That is the present in the present. Now you see, can you even understand the construction that I formed within your head as you start to see articulation where you're at? It goes lost, it cannot keep up with this. Strings now you tie, and what is this? This is flowers in the mix. See the petals too, as they are falling down. Now this is just what you do. But then as the flower does return next year, by means of dropping its petals, now you better start to hear implicitly all of reality rather than merely explicitly, as it is often assumed to be. Implicitly the primary value to me, what is it at a depth of 3? Consider it as my mind teleports through places I have been in the past. I do not want to describe, so I am busy with something else in my mind. not try to walk around, but rather I should merely describe what I see. Why am I trying to make up separate streams within me? Now I think that I am just doing that because I feel like it though. When I am like, yo, that is that dash flow.